welcome to another day of Vlogmas. So today I am doing my festive gift guide. So these are gifts that you can get bookish people, which are not just a new book. So I would say have a watch through this video. I will be linking all of the stores down below. Bookish person, and there's people who are going to be buying you gifts this year, send them this video and just be like, I would like all of these things, please. If you know a bookish person and you're trying to think what to get them, watch this video and then buy them all these gifts, please. So let's just get started. Now, obviously, I think first things first, one of the best things to get any bookish person is book vouchers, special editions of their favourites, or any kind of new book. They will be very, very grateful. But let's be honest, when you have all of these books plus the others in other rooms, people don't tend to buy you books. Every single birthday and Christmas, I always hear from my family, oh, but you've got enough books, so we don't want to buy you books. I'm like, no, I don't. And B, I want you to buy me books because I love books. So these are just some ideas of other things to get. First off, I'm going to shamelessly plug myself here with crocheted book sleeves. So I have an Etsy store, which I have got linked down below, where I sell patterns for crochet book sleeves. I am also making these to order for people as well. So this one is probably my favorite design. This is my skull book sleeve, and it's kind of like just this envelope design, which will fit a hardback, as evidenced if I can, put it inside. Oh, I've got a bit mark in that one, so that's a little bit. This is quite a chunky hardback as well. This is a 500 plus page chunky hardback, but it will fit in. It will do up as well if you've got it all the way down into the bottom. But this book sleeve, I just think is a really nice way of being able to protect your books. I have got other designs. So I've got festive ones. This one is a snowflake design. This one is made to fit a paperback. And again, is this sort of little envelope design. I've got my Santa one. This one again is quite big for a hardback. And I've got my favorite design, which is, I really love this one. This is my Jane Eyre design, but I really like this style, which is the book jacket. So this is a jacket that goes over the top of your hardback, so protects your hardback. This one might be a little bit too small for this book because this book is huge, but let's try it. I've also on this book sleeve got an inbuilt bookmark, just because aren't I adorable? Honestly, I just like this design, and I thought having an inbuilt bookmark just kind of makes sense. So yeah, this sleeve is a little bit small for this size hardback, but it does fit. Just needs a little bit of wiggling to get it into the corners. This sleeve really fits about like a kind of 300-page book, but it fits, and then your book looks like it is a classic rather than, reading smut. Not that there's anything wrong with reading smut. I read a lot of smut. I should probably stop talking. But that is one thing that I would personally, and again, I am biased, I made all of these, but I think this is a really fun gift that you can get a book lover that will be unique, something they possibly won't have seen before, not something that nobody else will have because they are custom made. And yeah, like I said, my Etsy is down below. I also recommend things like a Kindle case. So you could obviously buy somebody a Kindle, but if they already have one, then a case is fantastic. You can get the plastic cases, which to be honest, a lot of like the girlies love on TikTok, where they're clear and you can put like stickers and design it and have a pop socket. Personally, in my opinion, I don't like those ones. I like the folding over ones. I don't have my Kindle up here with me, but I like the ones that close over the screen, just because then when you open the screen, it automatically wakes up rather than having to like press the on button, which I always find a little bit fiddly to press. That's my own opinion. Any kind of Kindle case is fantastic. Speaking of, You can also get a Kindle arm or clicker, which sounds the epitome of laziness, but honestly makes reading when lying down in bed so much more comfortable. So rather than being all squashed up, trying to read on your side or holding a Kindle above your head, you can just position it wherever you want, and you just lie down comfortably and you click it to turn the pages. This is also fantastic if you've got someone in your life who has got any mobility issues or has got any other kind of issues where it can be uncomfortable to be trying to like read when they're in bed or when they're sat down and be able to have hands free. It's always good. I'm then going to recommend, nice and simply, I'm going to just reach over and grab a handful here, bookmarks. So I have got, this is one from Daisy and Bee. This is a very rude one from Filthy Bookmarks. This one is from Rebecca and the Books. That's another Daisy and Bee one. And I've got a ton of bookmarks in here that I've gathered from various places, various book boxes and things as well. Bookmarks are always good. I have got 3 jars of bookmarks next to me, and I just like I like to try and pair a bookmark with a book if I possibly can. It's extra, but it brings me joy. Then I'm also going to suggest tabs, pens, annotation supplies, and I'll pop some like ideas up here. But you can get on Amazon packs of tabs, which are brilliant. I really like the pale highlighters just because, again, it's less glaring when you read them back through your book. I really like the double-ended highlighters as well. These are the ones that I've got, where you can highlight normally in one side and the other end is a thin tipped nib, so you can write comments as well, which is great. I'm also going to suggest candles, which, as you can see up there, I've got a load. On this shelf, there's a load. I have got a ton of Bookish candles. I've actually got 2 boxes of Bookish candles that I just don't have out anywhere because I don't have room for them anywhere. Bookish candles are fantastic, not only just to create a lovely atmosphere when you're reading, but they smell great. They're great for like Instagram props. They look good in videos. You know, they're just fantastic. And it's just fun to have merch from like your favourite series. Speaking of merch from your favourite series, on Etsy there are loads and loads of stores where you can get sweaters, t-shirts, any kind of clothing from your favourite series. There are lots of things like you can get Crescent City University hoodies. You can get things like Basgrith Training College caps. You know, you can get all of this different merch for a series that you love. And if you don't know what kind of series the person that you're buying for loves, check out if they've got like a Bookstagram or TikTok. Check it out, see what they're talking about. Have a look at their shelves. What books have they got on their shelves? Typically, you can kind of tell as well by what books are taking pride of place on the shelves. So for me, I've got Game of Thrones up here. I've also got Lord of the Rings. That's Fourth Wing. That's a bit of an issue, to be totally honest. Caraval and J. Christoph. I would quite happily have any kind of merch from any of those categories, any of those series. But in my bedroom, where I've got more of like my more special books, I've got my Sarah J. Maas shelf, and I've got as well, you can't really see, but over on this side, I've got my Percy Jackson shelves and my Leigh Bardugo shelves, which again are kind of taking pride of place, which are the ones that I like the most. Or even you'll have people who'll do things like this here, where I have a book face out. Mine don't mean so much on that shelf because I just don't have enough books to quite fill the shelf with the books that I want to put on that shelf. But yeah, if they've got any books that, if you see someone who's got any books that you're like, oh, you're specifically displaying that book, it's probably a favourite. And speaking of, if there are any favourites, you can always look to see if there are any special editions. There might be standard special editions in places like Waterstones or Barnes & Noble. However, again, if you head on to Etsy, there are a lot of creators and artists who will paint the edges of books or rebind books to make their own kind of like extra special, unique edition, which are fantastic gifts if you can find any. I'm then going to suggest a book journal or reading tracker. I have got one over here. This one I got in an Illuma crate, and this is just a really fun one, but I will again link a couple of stores down below. I would call this one a book journal. So you've got the shelves, you've got like little review pages, monthly hauls, monthly TBR. I'd say like a book tracker for me is slightly, no, I've got them the wrong way around. I'd call this a book tracker actually, with all the different like kind of bits to fill out. And I probably would then say that a reading journal would be where you can write reviews. Honestly, there's not really a huge amount of difference. You don't need either. You don't need both. You could have one or the other. They're similar, but again, if it's something that you know somebody like your loved one likes to track their books, this might be a fun way to do that. I've then got jewellery on the list. You can always, again, particularly on Etsy, you can always find book inspired jewellery, so like necklaces, rings, earrings. These are always fun. Things like hair, things, this bow like that I've got in my head, which is actually completely fallen to the side. You know, you can get kind of book inspired hair bits as well, which again is fun if you've got somebody who likes to wear specific kinds of jewellery. And then my ultimate favourite, mugs. I have got hundreds and hundreds of mugs. This one is a serpent and dove inspired mug, but you can get mugs for literally every single kind of series you can imagine. You can also get mugs that are just general bookish mugs that, like, you know, just I'm a book lover. And mugs are great. You can make, I always think you can make just a mug into a really lovely gift by like adding in some tea or some coffee or hot chocolate, maybe put in like a pair of cozy socks or something, and kind of build it out into a really nice gift. But that is my gift guide for bookish people. Hopefully there was something on there that has inspired you to kind of think of things that you could give somebody you love. Drop any comments down below of any other bookish ideas and bookish gifts you would either appreciate or you would suggest to somebody who is looking for something to buy a bookish person. If you just want to let me know that you're here, drop a present emoji down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Bye.